So today's topic is how to stop feeling as you are falling behind. Don't say that to Emir, but when I start this journey with him, I've had so many moments that I felt like I'm behind. And yeah, of course, I've had a dream, I've had that plan that Emir created for me, I've had all that list, what I have to do. But every time I saw a photo of someone who joined recently, like 3, 4, 5 months, and worked with Emir, and already was ripped off, lean muscles and all that. I was like, what I'm doing here? Everyone else is already on their best version or version 10, and I'm here, not even on my version 1. So, how about you? When was the last time you told yourself you are behind? Think about it. Was it this week? This morning? Maybe just before this call? Think and be honest with yourself. Because the thing is, when we feel that we are behind, we create this kind of shame gap between where we are and where we think we should be. In my case, this didn't happen. It wasn't helping at all. It was keeping me stuck. Even more, at least once a week, I wanted to quit. I wanted just to call Emir, that doesn't make sense. I'm not getting there. I'm not, I cannot be like this. But the thing was that in my life, there was plenty of situations like this where I thought, or I believed strongly that I have to be on some kind of version there, but I wasn't. I was feeling like I'm behind because I saw people already achieving success, having great bodies, having great lives, all that kind of things. And in my head, there was a voice that was telling me, yeah, you're not there. You never will be there. I didn't allow myself to be on that version, to begin from this version 1 of myself. Are you allowing yourself to do this? Let's challenge this voice. Because this voice, unfortunately, it will be showing up, probably it is already, and it will be showing up for most of your life. You never actually delete it completely. But honestly, when you take any social media or any newspaper, news magazine, or any journal, anything, or watch just movie, the world celebrates outcomes, right? That's what is important. Somehow, most of the time, the whole journey to that outcome is kind of omitted. The version 1 of this person who achieved this outcome is omitted. No one actually showed this, or very rarely is shown. And this is actually the version 1 of every one of us. When we're starting, this is the most important part. Of course, it's messy, it's uncomfortable, unfiltered. No one likes it. But this is the truth. It's real, it's honest, and most importantly, it's brave. Because you are brave, because you're doing it. It takes guts, it takes balls to actually be here and do this kind of stuff. To work on yourself. Like Emir said so many times, to spend our evenings together, right? You have to be willing to do this. To be in that 1%. To do something for yourself. So why we are shaming ourselves, our beginnings, like I was doing, not just with this trainings, with this working out with Emil, but plenty other situations as well. Every time I was like, oh no, that's not good. I have to be there already. I have to be at least halfway through, if not at the end. Recently, I'm starting to realize, especially with my day job, when I'm programming, that the world is changing so drastically, so fast, that it's very hard even to catch up with it. That our journey, our lives, our learning is not finished when we finish schools. We learn constantly all our lives. And this is the same. We will be better feeling when we accept this kind of mindset that we every day, it's our beginning. Doesn't matter how much you know. Doesn't matter how good you are in your topic. Treat it every day as your beginning, as you just starting up, as you just start learning, and start owning this kind of thing. So, as always, I have few tips for you, and if we will have time, also an exercise for you. Whenever you feel this kind of shame that you are not there, that you are on your first steps, that you are just starting, it's for you signal, but not stop sign. So thing is to stop and wonder, what's the smallest way I can honor my desire to grow today? How can I switch this thinking, this shame, for honoring my willing to grow, to do something? Second thing, if you see others, like I saw so many pictures of you, shredded, great muscles. If you see those kind of pictures, just because you saw them, you see those polished kind of looks of those people, that doesn't mean they are. And I'm not saying about you. I know you put a lot of effort. I know you really work on yourself, and those are truthful photos. But plenty of photos that you can see in social media. So just because someone is showing off doesn't mean this is the truth, isn't it? So question for you is, what don't you see behind the scene? Because that's important as well. This is the part of that journey. You might see them achieving success, which is genuine. But did you saw how much effort they put to get there? Very important thing, a third tip, is to track your movements. So progress over perfection. Again, important is to show up if you can every single day. Because progress is how far you've gone. This is important. Where did you start? Where did you get in this period of time? This is important, that you are moving forward. You are on that journey. And of course, it's good to have a goal. It's good to look for it. But it's not good to feel sad if you're not there yet. And the last tip for today, when you start comparing yourself, like I've did plenty of times, seeing your photos or seeing other people achieving success, I've learned to pause and think, okay, I admire those people, this effort they put, this what they actually achieve. I admire them. But am I ready to grow? Am I actually willing to do this work? If not, what can I do? How can I prepare myself to feel ready to put this effort, to be willing to do this work? Because of those simple switches in your thinking, you're building this mindset that will help you. As promised, exercise or maybe a little challenge for you. We are going to stop for a second, stop thinking and start moving. The challenge is very simple. Today, after this call, or within 24 hours, pick one thing you've been planning to do or trying to perfecting, trying to find that perfect moment to do it. Then, when you get that thing, stop thinking about all these plans, all this perfection, set a timer for 30 minutes and just do it. Just do the first step. The version 1, as to say. No addition, no polishing, just simple execution, just simple action. The point of this is to actually start, instead of thinking, acting, and then afterwards, after this 30 minutes, asking yourself and reflecting on this. This is what I've done. This is what I've learned even when I started messy, let's say. This is how I feel about it. Because by this, you're shifting again your perspective on the things. You're shifting your mindset. It's a progress by being present and by doing. Very simple. So, from my side, that's all for you. If you have any questions, just ask. I try to answer them the best way I can.
Any questions, guys? How are you getting on?
I don't see chat, so if there is anything in chat, you see it?
So far, they can hear you. Yeah, I can feel you, and I believe that that thinking process of you feeling behind, it will be there all the time, mainly when you are a very perfectionist person, or if sometimes you enter to social media or you watch the TV, or if you're just a social human person, if you live on a cave, maybe you will be okay not being behind. Maybe you're okay not feeling behind, but every single time society has put us on in a way that we are comparing to the other person all the time.
Yeah.
In that sense. What you have been saying, it has been very eye-opening because we just need to focus on ourselves as much as possible, and that would be I would say very fulfilled.
That's absolutely true. We are kind of taught.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's the proper word, like learned to compare ourselves. And this is from our childhood when our parents or other people tell us, oh, look, this guy is already there. Oh, look, this woman or this, your friend is doing this or that. And why? That's one of the funniest and at the same time hardest things.
Exactly. And I believe it is part of the game just to be aware of it. Don't panic or don't feel bad about it. It is part of being a human. But just coming back and say, okay, what else can I do in order to be closer to that person?
Exactly.
Because sometimes we say, okay, this guy has the perfect relationship or has the perfect job or he's traveling a lot or he's have more money than me or better job than me. But maybe if you see what he did behind the scenes, maybe makes sense everything that he's having. Maybe he was studying about relationship. Maybe he
Absolutely.
was going out more than you. Maybe he was risking more than you. So it might be something else that it was not just about because he was a nice person, if that makes sense.
In 99%, this is the case. We don't see how much effort they put behind the scene. We just see this flashlight, so to say.
And sometimes it might took that person 5, 10 years, and we are
Yeah,
just seeing the shining object of the last 6 months that we knew the person or we see on social media. So that's the thing, guys. I believe that today has been a very important topic, at least for me, just to reinforce that always we are gonna be comparing to other people, and that is part of the journey as well to compare and slowly creating the awareness of saying, okay, I need to keep working on me, and we are gonna be working on ourselves in this life always. It's a
yeah,
never-ending
yeah,
process.
absolutely. The one more thing that I would like to mention is that the thing, if we think that problem is our pace,
Hmm.
we are wrong because problem was never our pace. The problem was the pressure that we put on ourselves or society put on ourselves to have all figured out before we move or when we starting, we have to like take the first step and already be at the end. So this is the actual problem, that kind of pressure of this kind of big jumps. So let it go, let this pressure go, because it was actually never ours to carry. Allow
Hmm.
ourselves to just be that messy version one, so to say. And as a thank you for everyone here, again, I've prepared a PDF with these exercises, plenty more exercises, plenty more tips. I will be sharing it for use in the chat for viewers under the video.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you as well, Jody, Jonah, as well for being here, even though has been a little bit of a setbacks that it was not planned, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah,
But well done for being here. That means that you want to keep being that 1%. That is thinking different, that is trying just to do the best they can. And remember that that means a lot to yourself, not to us. You are being just accountable to yourself right now, being in this call.
exactly. Yeah. From bottom of my heart, thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I wish you great evening, great afternoon, and many blessings. Thank you.
See you guys. Ciao.